Hey guys, Angry Old Man here. Well, the Run to Read Half Marathon is on tomorrow. They did some clearing on the course. The RD let me or let everybody know that it was clear up to where the course changes surfaces. About the first 4.5 to 5 miles of the course is mostly paved. Um, and then you move into a point where you hit another part of the course, which is like your typical rail trail, crushed limestone path, and that's about 9 miles of the course. And you just can't scrape that because you will plow up the surface. But anyway, I'm going to be making a pair of screw shoes because, well, my Gaviotas, my Hoka 1-1 Gaviotas that I wear for everything, to race, to train, everything, they are coming near the end of their service life and will require replacement very soon. So um, instead of purchasing a product like the Yak Tracks or something less reliable, I'm going to use something I read about years ago when my one of my daughters was going to a race, and it was the same course. It was very unstable. It was supposed to be like 6 degrees. The ice and the snow were real, and we didn't know exactly how to face that. So I had researched this back then, but then we ended up just getting her a set of Yak Tracks because, well, it was a lot easier and I didn't require any technical ability. Well, uh, I decided to go ahead and do it for myself. One, because, well, like I said, I have a pair of shoes that are near the end of their service life, and um, I kind of really just wanted to try this out. I mean, I could have easily ordered a set of Yak Tracks, but again, I just wanted to try this out. I'm going to try 16 number 8 half-inch sheet metal screws in the bottom of my Hoka Gaviotas. You might think, oh, what about you could step on them and go through? Well, Hoka's number one are pretty thick soled shoes. Even when they're getting near the end of their service life, there is a lot of sole there to try to get through. Another reason was, well, the hardware store didn't sell any smaller ones. So I just bought the smallest size I could get, and I'm going to throw those on there. I'm hoping to get a picture of those once I get done making them, and give you an idea of what they do, and then I'm going to let you know tomorrow after the race. Another point I wanted to bring up today is I'm not 100%. I've been struggling with this head cold. Um, it's it's really kind of just been in the way. It hasn't really. I haven't felt bad. I've just kind of been, you know, like I got a head cold. Um, it hasn't really impacted my training at all. I've got everything. Today, we've got a bunch of snow and ice and stuff last night, so I had to go to work today. I had to go to work early, so I didn't quite get in the recovery run I wanted to get in. But as I've said in my last marathon program, it's a recovery run. Um, I could conceivably just not run, but I hate not running. So I did just a 30-minute, very easy run. Hopefully, I'll be really good and rested up tomorrow, and maybe the last of this cold will get chased out when I'm beaten up on the trail. I'm not, because of the trail conditions, because of this cold I've had, and running on a weird shoe that I've never a weird shoe sole experience I've never used. I'm not really looking for any PRs here tomorrow. I'm not looking to run a the best half marathon of my life or anything. As one other runner, Brian Ryder, pointed out, we got bigger fish to fry. And that's not to take away from this race, because it's a very important race. It is for literacy in our county, Marion County. And but when you get into the race scene, you can have a variety of motivations. One motivation can be just to go have fun, and that's I applaud anybody who does that. It's fun. It's a great way to stay in shape. It's a great way to go out there and make friends. You can have some personal goals, and that's kind of where I fall in, is the personal goals. I really want to qualify for a Boston Marathon. So I have to very much pick and choose and do what's called periodize towards specific races. So I do that. Right now I'm periodizing towards a March marathon. So I'm not spending an inordinate amount of time working on my half marathon or 10K pace, which is typically what I do. If I'm focused on a half marathon, I spend a lot of time working on my 5K, 10K speed, because those are the paces that you will dig deep and try to pull out in your half marathon. And when you're out there running a half marathon, typically you're a little bit slower than a 10K, and a 10K is just a little bit slower than a 5K. But when you train all your miles on that 5 and 10K pace, a lot of that transfers over to the longer distances. Last year, when I ran this race, I actually ran a 10K PR, the first, half of this half marathon. Granted, it was near ideal conditions. It was perfect weather. It was perfect trail conditions. You couldn't get much better than last year. And I ran a very good race for me. I mean, it was a good race. I was very pleased with the results. I had run on another course slightly faster during a time trial, but the difference literally was the course. Prickett's Fort is just a little bit slower than the course I ran on average. I've seen other runners who've run on both courses, and the Prickett Fort rail trail course is ever so slightly slower than the other course I ran. Anyway, when we periodize, we have to kind of say, yeah, that 5K that I'm running is not as important as the goal. And you may go there and you won't do quite as well as you would have liked, because you're not training to run a 5K, you're training to run a marathon. And there will be guys out there running, 18, 19 minute 5Ks, and you're struggling to hold, to stay under 22 minutes. And these are just random numbers I'm throwing out. And you go, man, I wish I could be a little bit faster. But like in the Marshall Marathon, although I didn't quite get where I was going, get what I wanted out of that one, there were several people who are heads and tails faster than me at the 5 and 10K, that were miles, and when I say miles, literally miles, behind me in the marathon. So when you look at it that way, I'm a little more specialized at some of the longer distances, and I just do 5 and 10Ks and treat those races as speed work. So anyway, today's run was just a very easy recovery run 30 minutes, and that was all I really got in, and I'm okay with that. And I'm going to be heading to the Run to Read, and I'll, of course, hope I have some pictures and some things to share with you there, and I'll let you know how things went. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope your training's going well with whatever you're going after. Stay safe out there. The weather's getting rough. I hope you have a great day, and always remember, run angry, my friends.